Oyo kidnapping, speed, strategy, and public trust. The Nigerian government handling of two Oyo State kidnappings shows both tactical capacity and public trust gaps. When Mrs. Olaide Busayo Adegoke John Paul and her sons were abducted in Ibadan on June 3, 2026, the police IRT rescued them unharmed in just 3 days, neutralizing two kidnappers. Oyo State quickly demolished the hideout, earning public praise for coordination. By contrast, the May 15th adoption of over 40 pupils and teachers from Orire Local Government Area School remains unresolved. Let's get more opinions. NUJ Chairman, Delta State Council, Comrade Church Hill Oyowe, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And also to my immediate right is the MD, Avenue Media, yes, and also the consultants to the Quest TV, Asaba. So you're welcome. I want to hear from the NUJ chairman. What is your take on the recovery, so the fast recovery of the family of the former defense minister and the yet to recover children in the bush?
You see, we sympathize with anyone who must have suffered one form of kidnap or the other and their families. No life is more important than the other. And that is why we see every such kidnap as something that should never have happened. Fortunate that it's a reality now in Nigeria. And we believe that in a society, in a sane society, when things like this happen, because they are inevitable sometimes, there's no country where you don't have kidnappings taking place. But when they happen, there should be swift action to ensure that the victims are rescued safely and the perpetrators punished severely. But where it appears like there is discrimination in the approach to tackling such menace, it gives room for worry. I know where you are coming from. The swiftness with which the agencies, the security agencies, went after the kidnappers of the sister and the sister of the former federal minister Adelabu and his nephews shows that if the security agencies want to work, nobody can stop them from working. They will go and get results. So we're now wondering, how come they could get results so swiftly when it involves a prominent person, and now when it involves other people who are not known, the ordinary Nigerian, they suffer the brunt themselves. They pay the ransom, and it's worrisome. The security agencies are for all Nigerians. They use taxpayers' money to fund the security agencies. So there should not be any form of discrimination. I don't want to say what happened to the Adelabus appears to be discriminatory, but that is what is on the minds of most Nigerians. Thank God they have been rescued, but let it not be only when it affects the high and mighty. Let it be when simple, ordinary Nigerians are involved, because the security agencies are not for the high and mighty alone. It's for all Nigerians.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Mr. Mr. Cyril Odiaka, What's your take?
Well, it's well to me. If we say it seems that some people are less than others, I think they were kidnapped on the third, on the sixth, 3 days after they were rescued. And the interesting part of it is if you watch the clips and see the action, even knowing that someone is in the ceiling, the way they bust out the ceiling, someone was jumping down from that place. The action. If this is actually the place that we know as Nigerian police, this is where we know. If you check Africa, whether you like it or not, whatever that is happening to us, we have the best police. But you see, like as he said, if they want to work, they will work. But the truth is, it's not directly to them. They are being given command, they are being given mandate, and I think this kind of mandate is what Nigeria needs, even when it's a madman on the road that is kidnapped, that you don't even know whether he has a home or he has a family. But as far as he's a Nigerian, and another thing we need to understand is, in this case, is that, in the same environment that these children were kidnapped. Now, the surprising part of it is how these people were tracked. Is it not the same way that I could have been able to see or track where these children and the teachers are? So the question in everybody's mind now is it because he's a former minister?
Yes.
Is it maybe the federal mind has actually done the job?
Okay.
So if this morning, what I said, what I keep saying is that, please, the same method that they used being successful in this operation, they should apply it across all the rescue team. If this team is the best, please let them keep using this team, because they said it's a joint task force. Okay, and there was so much action. This was in the night. I don't know whether you watched the clips. It was, honestly, this is the first time we're seeing how Nigerian police working Jabba, going to it was one of I actually appreciate what I saw. But what we're saying is, can we make this become just our culture, that when such incident happen, this is how rapidly we can rescue the situation, and I think we'll be in a safer, Nigeria will be a safer place to live.
All right. Thank you so much, Comrade Siri. I want to ask, like in the case of the children that were kidnapped in school,
Yeah.
and there might not be any camera taking records of what happened. So there might not be any trace, any face, any direction, unlike that of the minister. There was a camera. So I guess that camera gave them a lead. At least with that camera, they knew faces, they heard voices, so detective could have worked. So would we also continue to say that their own rescue was quite easy because they are prominent, or because they have accessories that aided to such fast recovery?
Okay, these accessories were not borrowed.
Okay.
I don't think this, but that's what we're saying, the same thing. It was not borrowed. I don't think they went to the market, maybe it happens today, the next day they went to purchase it. I think they have it. I think they need to put it in use. So, like as I said, approximately, this kind of action, we need to see more. And I believe that if they do, we will testify that these children and the teachers have been rescued.
Now I want to ask now, because we are all journalists, so we are asking. These kidnaps, most of them happened after a conversation. Some of them happened, or they have happened, the kidnap has taken place before a conversation is introduced. And this conversation is through a phone. And we all know that in Nigeria, when you buy a SIM, you register your SIM, you thumbprint, you do all that, all the codes and everything for this security purpose to enable tracking before and after. In fact, there are some registration of phones that even after you have destroyed that phone, you can track the conversation, the number, the geographical location, with the network that was used. Now, these kidnappers, they use phone to bargain. Of course, they use phone to call and say, this is how much we need. This is what, release this person so we can release your own. All this conversation goes on. Nigerian police is one side doing their job, whether effectively or not. What about our networks? What about our full network providers? Those registrations we did, are they still using them to track? If no, has anything gone wrong in their technology that they cannot track a conversation requesting for a ransom and feed it to the law enforcement or the police people? Whether federal intelligence can produce consistent results beyond high-profile cases. Until then, every adoption tests the state's promise to protect the citizens equally.